welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Guatemala versus El Salvador 2026 CONCACAF World Cup qualifying round 3. Group A, match 1 for these teams, match 2 overall. Of course, earlier today we had a 0-0 draw between Suriname and Panama. Suriname, shockingly, were a lot tougher than I expected against Panama. Very much so. So, big ups to them. This could be interesting. The winner, if a team wins this game, they will be topping the group after match day 1. Not that means much, but, you know, good news, I guess. With that being said, Guatemala contra El Salvador en las eliminatorias de la CONCACAF de la Mundial. Grupo A, jornada 1, Guatemala. Local, El Salvador visitar. A rivalry to start this round. What more could you ask for? Yeah, 0-0. We know, Moro. I watched the game. The timing's kind of wilded me out, so I didn't do it because one said 4 o'clock, one said 6. I also went out today for like breakfast at 11:45, so I didn't know if I'd be home in time, which I was, but I watched the game. Sorry I didn't do it live, but it was more of the time confusion than the fact I went out, but it was both. But I'm here for this, so at least I did one today. With that being said, Suriname played well, though. A lot closer than I expected. Very much so. Starting 11s are as follows. For Guatemala, in goal, we have Hagen. The back four of Aaron Herrera, Jose Pinto, Samaoya, and we have Morales. We have Jose Morales. Center defensive mid, the only one, Jonathan Franco. The midfield four of Oscar Santis, Steven Robles, Olga Escobar, and Rudy Munoz. And up top, Rubio Rubin. For El Salvador in goal, we have Mario Gonzalez. The back four of Jefferson Valladares. We have Diego Flores, Julio Cibrian, and Henry Romero. The defensive mid, Brian Landeverde. The midfield four of Jorge Cruz, Darwin Seren, still kicking somehow. Steven Vasquez, Stein Vasquez from LA Firpo, Stein Vasquez. Mauricio Cerritos, and up top, Brian Heel for El Salvador. Let's see how interesting this is going to be. While I'm at it, before this game starts, here are my week 1 picks. It's time, once again, for these as well. Philadelphia over Dallas. Game's a little bit closer than I expected, but Dak is doing well. Dallas' defense ain't shit. I got the LA Chargers over the Chiefs. Oh, it's 2021. How we doing, Nestor? We have Tampa Bay, Atlanta. We have Cincinnati, Tampa Bay over Atlanta. We have Cincinnati over Cleveland. We have Miami over Indianapolis. We have Jacksonville over Carolina. We have New England over Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm sure. We have Arizona over New Orleans. We have Pittsburgh over the Jets. We have the Washington Commanders over the Giants. We have Denver over Tennessee. We have San Francisco over Seattle. We have Detroit over Green Bay. We have the LA Rams losing to the Houston Texans. We have Buffalo over Baltimore and Chicago over Minnesota. That's my picks this week. It's that time of year again. So if you wanted those, great. If you didn't, sorry. But it's that time of year again. If I'm on camera on a Thursday night, I'm going to give my picks, even if it's halftime of the first game. But I made those picks before the game even started. With that being said, we're about to get started. First CONCACAF World Cup qualifying round 3 match that we're covering this round. The next 2 windows might be a little bit more scattergun. Hate to tell you, with the fact that Canada actually plays at night. Tomorrow we'll be live for the Canada game, but it's at 1 p.m. Then we'll be live for Trinidad versus Curacao. Canada friendlies matter more on this channel. Whether they should or not, it is what it is. Either way, at least they're in Europe this window. Yeah. And in Guate, it's a tense feeling. Understandable, but you all should win. And you're at home. El Salvador ain't that good. Tough to get past, tough to score against. Yeah. Good team to score? No. As in El Salvador. Worst comes to worst. 0-0 draw, 1-0 win. Would it be what I expect? No. I think Guatemala wins 2-0, 3-1, maybe 3-0. Not going to be an ass kicking by any means, but, you know, Japan's better than Mexico. They're not beating Japan. Who are they playing after that? I say they win that one, yeah. They win the second one. They don't beat Japan, though. I mean, I'm not surprised. Besides, isn't that every pricing system for tickets? Like, the closer you get to the field, the higher you're saying it could still go up. Either way, I'm not surprised. Capitalism being capitalism. Korea. Honestly, I could see Mexico being Korea. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I don't care about either because, it's the 20th, so. Either way. Couldn't care less, honestly. Mexico beats Korea, loses to Japan. That's where I'll go with it. Speaking of, we'll have a double live going on that night. Mississippi State, Arizona State at Mississippi State, leading into maybe the last 15, 30 minutes of that game leads into the Mexico-Japan game, but I'm doing both. And I think the USA-Japan game also lines up with a double with Trinidad and Jamaica. So both Japan friendlies against the other big two will line up with a game that night. So doubles on both those ends. But I mean, that kind of sucks. Either way, anthems are being played. We'll be live tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon after midday, 1 o'clock Central for Canada. Romania versus Canada. I'll have to watch a random stream, so let's have some fun with that. But I might be very behind, but either way. And then we have Trinidad versus Curacao. So 2 lives, 2 reviews tomorrow. We have the double live, double review on Saturday, as I said. And Sunday morning, nothing else on Sunday but the Formula One Italian Grand Prix live in RSR. Then we'll be back Monday for more international break football. Yeah, I heard. Hurts. Yes. I might record SmackDown. Try not to get spoiled at all. Try to record SmackDown maybe. And watch it after the football. Ooh. Well, there you go. Yeah, Football Americas tonight, right? Yeah. Ooh. Watch that after this. Okay. But we're getting ready to start this game. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if y'all heard this. Mexico City head of government Clara Brugada declares June 11th as a holiday, a federal holiday due to FIFA 2026 World Cup inaugural match. That's awesome. Respect. Well, not on SmackDown at least. Maybe on Raw. Let me see how they're doing. I know Germany lost, so how about them apples? UEFA. Italy didn't play today. Thank God. They play not even to... Oh, they play tomorrow against Estonia. About what? 45 minutes after Canada kicks off? Oh, Lord. Man, if they lose, I'm going to get so much shit, am I? – That's why I'm not doing it. Canada's playing at the exact same time. There we go. Exactly. don't know, really. I just heard they lost. I was awake. I was out, though. I know they lost. He's lying. He's lying. Teams are shaking hands. Here we go. They say, I guess their defense just sucks now. I'm surprised, honestly. Losing away to Slovakia? Starting 11, Hagen, Morales, Samaoya, Pinto, Herrera, Escobar, Franco, Robles, Munoz, Rubio Rubin, Oscar Santis for Guatemala. Guatemala should win this 3-0. I agree. But people are feeling nervous, which is crazy. But okay. We will review this game once it's over, and I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for the Canada game. Juan Gabriel Calderon from Costa Rica is the center ref. All Costa Rican group of referees in this match. I'm not surprised. You love to see it. I'm not surprised, and you love to see it. Within the next 3 months, we're going to find out who's going to the World Cup out of CONCACAF. And by the way, Colombia just qualified into the World Cup out of CONMEBOL, by the way. Just so y'all know. Starting 11. Oh, there's VAR. Montero from Costa Rica is the VAR referee. So there is VAR. Lovely. Starting 11 for El Salvador. Gonzalez, Romero, Cibrian, Flores, Valadares, Vasquez, Landaverde, Seren, Cerritos, Gil, and Cruz. For Hernan Gomez's El Salvador. I wouldn't say they dominated each other, but they had a pretty good game. They were tight. They were close, which I like that. I mean, I'm not saying I want my predictions to be wrong, but Suriname is better than I expected. They did better against Panama than I expected. Now, granted, it was in Suriname, but it's Panama. It's not like it's a Canadian. I mean, Canada did struggle down there. Yeah, didn't I say if they didn't score, I would have to shave? Didn't I do that last year? Either way, yeah, Canada struggled down there too, but I understand that one. Panama, I don't know. Yes. Well, 2-0 win, if you call that walking past, yes. They're not going to win 4-5-0. No. No, just the way they play football, no. The way, and we're off. El Salvador kicks off, and we have 90 minutes to figure out if there's a win here, who will be top of the group going out of match day 1 for Group A. Because there was a draw between Panama and Suriname, which that was unexpected, even on the road. And honestly, Suriname probably should have scored a couple of times. But either way, I did watch the game. I know. And the Cowboys' defense looks worse. I was watching the first half because I had time to. 34 seconds in, 0-0, settle. Yeah, no, that game sucked. Well, I wouldn't say sucked. But hey, at least Dak's looking good, which is all I care about. I don't care if the Cowboys lose as long as Dak looks good. And he does. So, 2-0 for Brazil. Well, good for them. I'm surprised. Oh, yeah, Messi scored what could be his final qualifier played in Argentina. Good for him. You just knew it had to happen. Yeah, he ain't. Well, then again, Argentina's in the World Cup in 2030 because they're a host. By that, I mean they host one game that Argentina plays in, I'm going to assume. They... I was never a Cowboy fan in the first place. Well, have you not heard? Like, the way I see Dak Prescott and Alphonso Davies are the same. I am no Cowboys fan, and I'm no Bayern Munich fan. If Dak Prescott did not play for the Dallas Cowboys, I would hate their guts. And I wish he didn't play there, but his dumbass had to sign the contract and stay there for longer than he should have. I wish he was playing in Pittsburgh. Same with Alphonso Davies. I legit hate Bayern Munich. I wish he wasn't there, but I have to root for Bayern because he's the best thing Canada's ever produced. Just like Dak Prescott's the best gridiron football player Mississippi State's ever produced, and he was the one who got them number one in the damn nation. So no. Do I wish the Cowboys would suck and Dak would be good and that's that? Yeah. As long as it's not Dak's fault, I laugh at them when they fail. As long as it's not Alphonso's fault, I laugh when Bayern fails, which they barely do, but, you know, I wish they both left. And Alphonso had the chance to leave Bayern, and he didn't. And I wish he did. But he pulled a Dak. So do with that what you will. No, not since the 90s. Consistency-wise, the Pittsburgh Steelers are. Dynasty-wise, the Patriots. Right now, probably Philadelphia. Based on consistency, the Steelers. Based on the highest peak, the Patriots. Based on a dynasty, Philadelphia. No, it's not Kansas City. I think Philadelphia is better run than Kansas City, I'll be honest. I really do. I really do. So, either way. Playing forward is Guatemala. Blocked away is that shot. But we'll leave that where it is. Well, yeah, but I don't think they dominate per se. El Salvador has 91% possession. Okay, that's shocking. And there's a foul. El Salvador. That's a total. Oh, no, he did get stepped up on the top of the foot. Okay, fine. 0-0, settle. I was like, that was a dive, but he got stepped on. One's definitely going to happen at some point. The other, well, I mean, it's got to absolutely line up. But it wouldn't shock me, you know, if they found a way to get Argentina and South Korea in the same group at the World Cup this next year. It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Playing forward. 24-20 Eagles. Has there ever been a Canadian quarterback? I mean, on rosters, yeah. Starter? Not that I can think of. At least not in my lifetime. I mean, Nathan Rourke's been on rosters. He's Canadian. And his brother Curtis, who's playing at Indiana, Canadian. When they had a really good season last year. I mean, the CFL's full of them. Well, yeah, they are though. And NFL-wise, they'll be on rosters and practice squads, but starters, shit's got to go south for that to happen. I mean, I love the CFL, but 3-0 Brazil. I love the CFL, but let's be real. I don't even know if it's better than the XFL. Now, would it surprise me if one day, whatever's left of the UFL, at least of the teams that are actually, what's the word? Teams that are actually profitable, do they end up in the CFL one day and they expand into America? Yeah, like they did back in the 90s. Yeah, I could see that happening. St. Louis having a CFL team? Yeah, I could see that happening. because the Battle Hawks would exist that way. I mean, I already talked about it during COVID before the USFL and XFL. Yeah, but Birmingham in the CFL, didn't they have a team the first time? I think they did. St. Louis. Yeah, but either way, 7 minutes in. It would be nice to see the Grey Cup champion play the XFL champion, which is not the St. Louis Battlehawks, no, because they don't know how to win a conference final. They don't. But eight minutes in. Playing forward, Guatemala throws it in. Guatemala, that's going to be out for a goal kick. Ball thrown all the way out, pretty much. 8 minutes in, 0-0, settle. Guatemala's got to shape up a little bit. Not saying they suck, but I mean, let's look at the possession again. There's no way it still is. Okay, 37-63. Okay, they are shaping up. They are shaping up. Okay, good. I was like, that was a bit early. 90-10. Goal kick. They have very old players. They haven't moved on from the old players that won them 2 Copas. They have not had... They're basically Costa Rica of, 3 years ago? Except Costa Rica at least did have a generational shift. I thought Carson Beck sucked. I thought Carson Beck was ass. I thought he was a waste of time. I thought he was a shit quarterback. I thought Notre Dame had the better team. They only lost by 3, but Carson Beck is better than I thought. He's still not good, but he's better than I thought. The only way I can explain it, the only way I can explain how Carson Beck got better is he had a Miami summer full of Latinas. That's the only way I can explain it. This dude ain't a good quarterback. Yeah, but even if he hasn't, Georgia carried his ass. And by that, I mean the Georgia defense. The dude ain't a good quarterback. Well, at least until he had his Miami summer. That's the only thing that makes sense. Which, I mean, I don't blame him, but him being as good as he is now makes 0 sense. You could say, well, I mean, Georgia builds for the run game and they have a bruising tight end. They don't have really good wide receivers. That is true. But I did not think of Miami as a aired out team either. And I did not think Mario Cristobal was a better coach than Kirby Smart either. I still don't. How we doing, William? No. Because I was watching the Cowboys game before this started, and I watched Suriname versus Panama. I heard Messi scored, though. Good for him. Heard Messi scored, though. Honestly, I'm shocked. Playing forward, that's out for a goal kick for Guatemala so far. El Salvador has given them some trouble. Whoever was the one who was nervous, you know what? Fair play. You know what? You weren't wrong. 11 minutes in, 0-0. You weren't wrong. No goals yet so far when it comes to CONCACAF World Cup qualifying round 3. Honestly, El Salvador looks like they've been the closest. But I'm shocked, really. I mean, Suriname were tough. Panama weren't as good as I expected. Suriname probably should have won that game or at least scored a couple of goals. Honestly, Mosquera kept that thing a clean sheet, so that was good on him. He's probably man of the match, but wild, honestly. The ending, the way it ended, I'm shocked, frankly. Because it did. Messi scored 2. Okay, that doesn't surprise me either. They're fixing the dude's microphone pack. Be a goal kick here. Box. So we box now, box. Why? We have radio problems. Box now, box. What's the problem with the radio? What's the problem with the radio question? It's not working. Let's add that to the words of wisdom. 13 minutes in, 0-0. I'm not surprised. Messi's Messi. When he plays, he does normally pretty well. Vinicius and Rodrigo, well, I'm shocked Vinicius. I'm shocked Rodrigo couldn't score. Brazil's been ass, but Rodrigo, dude's actually got talent. Vinicius, no, I'm not surprised. The dude can't score for his national team, and at this point, he can't score for Madrid. The dude sucks now. Let's be real. Oh, and by the way, that Ballon d'Or situation absolutely either, I won't say humbled him, but it definitely ruined him. I don't know. I think it's 6 teams automatically, 7th gets the playoff. Yeah. Only 3 teams get eliminated. So 7th gets the playoff, 6 teams automatically. At least this year. Well, I wonder what's going to happen next year. Or next time, next World Cup. Do they even have qualifiers in CONMEBOL? Or is it just going to be 7 teams instead of 10? And it's like, what, 4 teams automatically? Or 3 teams automatically, 1 out of the playoff? 1 to the playoff? Or is it going to be, I don't know, playing forward? The bad thing with CONMEBOL is, are they even going to have qualifiers? Or at least any qualifiers that matter? I don't know. Yes, he seems like he'd rather go to college football games when he has no idea what the hell's going on, but he'd rather go to college football games. I don't know. It's just another time of Pochettino doing random shit besides his job. Good news is the USMNT shouldn't have to play Panama until after next summer. They shouldn't play each other at the World Cup. They don't play each other in qualifiers. The next time they'll play each other is probably 2027. Playing down Guatemala, that's cleared by El Salvador. The next time they play each other, probably 2027. He might not even be here by then. I don't know. Unless they choose to have a friendly against him, but I don't think that would make any sense until maybe, well, then again, Nations League should be next fall, right, for the next Gold Cup. I don't think they'll play them till March of 27 or 28, really. Or, yeah, March of 27, yeah. I don't think that would happen unless they play each other during a friendly. Oh, wait. If they're top 4, they might have to play each other. But then again, either way, I don't. Fair enough, truthfully, unless they somehow end up playing each other at the knockout stage of the World Cup, which I don't see happening. I don't think the U.S. plays Panama until March of 2027. Nations League quarterfinals, or semifinals, I should say. But either way. Yeah. Yeah, but Pochettino doesn't care. I'm sure of it. But hey, at least the good news is he may not even be the manager by the next time they play Panama. I don't think they're playing each other at the World Cup because groups are regionality locked. 1. 2, they're not going to play each other during the knockout stage because I don't think Panama gets to the knockout stage. Unless they get a really easy group. But then again, you have to see where that connects. 17 minutes in. So, well, first they got to make it. It may be harder than we thought. Thanks, Suriname. Over the top. I mean, I'm happy they did well, but yeah. Playing forward. Cross in. What a clearance or what a tackle to make sure that can get cleared. El Salvador. They're playing tough. They're playing tough. I'm honestly a bit shocked. But again, it's another Suriname-type moment. El Salvador is not a good team. But right now, they're playing like one. There you go. Guatemala, I thought. So whoever was complaining and saying, oh, Guatemala, I'm a little bit worried, I'm nervous. Well, yeah, you called it. You called it. This is why they said they were nervous. 18 minutes in. Guatemala definitely have not met the moment. El Salvador has met the moment. They're not as good as they used to be. They're still a good defensive team, but they can't really score. But they've had their moments offensively as well tonight. Wild day so far. I mean, Germany lost. Suriname drew Panama. Nobody expected that. El Salvador is drawing Guatemala. Nobody expected that except maybe Salvadorans. And they're just probably believing in their team because they do. I mean, I will say, as far as I can tell, El Salvador has a wonderful fan base that has all the belief in the world for their team. Whether that's misled or not. They're very loyal. The Salvadoran fan base. So, playing forward for Guatemala. This is not the Guatemala that beat Canada. Honestly, I'm a little bit pissed off. If Guatemala keeps playing like this, I'm honestly a little bit pissed off. Now, will I rant? No. Let me tell you, I'm honestly a little bit pissed off. Really, Guatemala had to show, I don't know. It's like Guatemala was like, oh, we're actually good now. Hell, against the USA too. Either Canada's Gold Cup was ass, or Canada's just ass now. But then again, you could say, well, El Salvador kept Canada tied until they had 2 red cards against them. That's true. But I didn't say they were a bad defensive team. I said they can't score. This is a bad sign. Ball crossed in. I'm worried for tomorrow now. Or we just show we're friendly FC. I don't know. Or maybe ball crossed in. Oh, what a save. What a save by Gonzalez to make sure that doesn't go in. Rubio Rubin thinks he got fouled in the box. There is VAR here. Let's not forget that. Corner. Corner for Guatemala. Oh, God. I mean, I'm happy for Liam Miller for the fact that his family is expecting another kid. I just saw that today. But he still sucks as a footballer. You could be on both sides. But then again, It's the same Jesse Marsh thinks Dane St. Clair is a good goalkeeper. At least Max is going to get one of the matches. Playing down over the bar. Header over the bar by Guatemala. I mean, they both look good. That's nice. Why are you playing both sides? 0-0, settle. Man, Guatemala is... Honestly, you know what? Screw it. Hat flick. Like, he could have just let that drop and then just taken on the volley. What was he doing? I don't know. Playing forward. Lord. What are we doing? We got a weather delay in Philadelphia. Okay, that's some. And that should be a free kick. Yes. Yellow card. Good. Lightning. Well, there you go. I don't think he cares, really, about Argentina unless they're playing Mexico, but pop off. Pop off, twin. Yeah, tackle on Olga Escobar by El Salvador. That was he had let go of the ball. That was dirty. I mean, it's CONCACAF, but that was dirty. That was dirty. Jorge Cruz gets a rightful yellow, in my opinion. Like, dude, you knew he let go of the ball. Why? He slid after the ball was gone completely. Like, that wasn't there was no alibi there or whatever. There was no plausible deniability there. When he slid, the ball was gone. When he slid to make that tackle on Olga Escobar, the ball was gone. It was away from him. It was out of his personal circle. There was no plausible deniability there of that wasn't a foul. At least some players are smart enough to make the tackle at least when the ball's still in your general vicinity. That guy didn't. The ball was out of his general vicinity as he started sliding. He ain't the Flash. 24th minute. So you see... Either way, 0-0, settle. Yeah, this has turned into a CONCACAF match, all right. Yeah, no, it's turning into one for sure. And a yellow card for... We have Samaoya getting a yellow card. For what? I'm not exactly sure. That was a soft yellow, by the way. I believe so. Okay. 0-0, settle. 25 minutes. I mean, he pushed him out of bounds. Okay. What was he supposed to do? Well, I mean, you should think that considering he did that for years. Substitution for Guatemala. Robles is coming off for Guatemala for Oscar Castellanos. Oscar Castellanos is on for Robles. I mean, he did get stepped on top of the foot, so I see why he's out. But either way. What's your question? Like, are we talking about Luigi, the character, and Patrick, the character? Or are we talking about Luigi Mangione and Patrick Bateman? Like, what are we talking about? That definitely makes your question. Yes. Which one? "27th minute. The character, Patrick Star. Luigi is just, when it comes to characters, unless you're playing Luigi's Mansion, I mean, really, he's not worth anything. Patrick. That doesn't say anything other than Patrick's an asshole, but, you know, at least Patrick has his own personality. He's an asshole, but he has his own personality. That ball's out for a throw-in for El Salvador. Luigi's just a green Mario who, for some reason, is afraid of ghosts unless he's in a mansion. I don't get it. Which, funny if you put it like that. It's funny how, honestly, if you look at it, I mean, Wario, of course, WarioWare and all that, of course, but Waluigi, honestly, got more character development than Luigi. And Waluigi's supposed to be the evil Luigi. Ain't that kind of crazy? And frankly, you could argue that Waluigi's more popular than Wario, even though Wario had a lot of character development too. You could argue either way. 29th minute. He isn't? I could have sworn he was. Either way, 29th minute, that'll be a yellow card against El Salvador for Seren. Yes, 29th minute. Honestly, '30th minute. But then again, frankly, if I play, he has a trophy, okay. He doesn't. He's not a playable character, okay. Honestly, if I'm playing Mario Kart or Mario Party or Mario Baseball or whatever, I'd rather play as Toad. Dude, I'll tell you one thing. I dressed up as Toad for Halloween once. Was it 2011 or something like that? Dude, Toad is my favorite Mario character. It's not Mario. It's not Luigi. I'm a fan of Shy Guy and the Goomba as well, but yeah, I did dress up as Mario once too, but I think one of my last real Halloween costumes was Toad. No joke. So yeah, no, I'm a Toad. I'm a Toad stan. Want to fight about it? 31st minute. Cross in. Caught. Caught by Gonzalez. So 10:30. Okay, that makes sense. Playing forward. I might get to watch the end of it. Who knows? After this is over. Either way, 31 minutes. I don't think Toad's in Smash, though. That sucks. "32 minutes in. "32 minutes in. 0-0. 0-0. Playing forward. Guatemala is struggling. El Salvador's playing well, I gotta say. I still gotta say it. They're playing well. They're doing way better than I expected, but again, Suriname did better than I expected. Guatemala, honestly, are really pissing me off. Like, this is the team we got knocked out of the Gold Cup by? This is the team that almost knocked out the USA? They don't look like it. It was, what, 2 months ago? They don't look like that team. Same squad. I'm not too damn sure what's going on, frankly. Playing forward. 0-0. 0-0. Yeah, I heard Liga MX beat FC 26. I heard. I'm happy about it. Now give me CONCACAF tournaments, damn it. At least Leagues Cup. Come on. 34th minute. At least give me Leagues Cup. But hell, give me CONCACAF Champions Cup and Central American Cup and Caribbean Cup and Gold Cup. Like, that's all I want. You got CONMEBOL. You got UEFA. Yep, I'll be live for the Trinidad game tomorrow. Canada game, live RSR. Trinidad game, live RSR tomorrow. Then we have a double on Saturday. Arizona State at Mississippi State, leading into Mexico versus Japan. Sunday morning, we'll be live for the Formula One Italian Grand Prix, which is the only thing on Sunday because there's nothing else on Sunday besides the Grand Prix. So there's still 4 more streams this weekend and 4 more reviews. Well, 5 more reviews pretty much. 1, 2, double, but 1 as a double video, double review, and then 1. There you go. So everything I do live will have a review connected to it. This weekend. And I would guess the midweek as well. 35th minute, but I'll check that as well. Playing forward, 35th minute. Oh, that was bad. El Salvador, again, they're wowing me, honestly. I came in with low expectations. That's offside, 36th minute. I came in with low expectations for them, and they're playing pretty solidly, all things considered. Guatemala just don't look the same. There's a deep-seated anger in me that they don't look the same. That only could really be dealt with if Canada wins tomorrow. Which still doesn't mean anything. We're friendly FC, but, you know, it's something, right? It's something, right? He got slapped. Buddy got slapped. Olga Escobar gets a yellow card. This game's getting rough. 36 minute. Canada only wants to play the USA. Well, actually, though, Canada does well during friendlies. See, they do well during friendlies. When they play actual tournaments, they play like shit. See, that's how the Canadian Shield doesn't even count. Yeah, they won that trophy, but that was a bullshit tournament created by themselves. And they barely still won it. But it was friendlies disguised as a tournament. Thank God they beat the shit out of Ukraine. Yeah, I'm starting to believe the frickin' friendly FC talk. Yes, I am. I don't know if I was gaslighted or I'm just starting to realize it. I don't know which. 38th minute. Probably gaslighted, but either way. 38th minute. Ooh, go, 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 go. Playing for it. Cleared out for a throw. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what it should be. Also, make the Central American Cup and add those Central American teams. And make the Caribbean Cup and add the Caribbean team. That's all I'm asking for. And, hell, add the freaking CONCACAF W Women's Champions Cup, you know? And have those teams in on the women's side. Because you have NWSL and Femenil. I think they have both of those. Or about to. So, there you go. I know, I saw Morrow. I watched the first second of that game. Third, 9th minute. Carter said, hold my beer, Suarez. I'm not saying he's right. But at least he spit on a fellow player. Not an old man. That's going to be a free kick the other way. At least Carter spit on a fellow player. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying at least he spit on a guy that could fight him if he wanted to fight him. Dak was a saint not to fight him, though. He should have punched him, but he didn't. Dak should have swung at him, but he didn't. I think he was being a saint. I think he probably wanted to, but he was being smart. Either way, at least Carter spit at a guy who would have fought him and could fight him if he F around and found out. Suarez spit at an old guy who, even if he wanted to, couldn't fight back, which is what you saw. Even the Cowboys didn't really step to Carter either. They just let him get kicked from the game. Seattle, on the other hand, defended their staff member, which, from all accounts, is an absolute... the staff member who got spit on is an absolute gem of a human being, from all accounts. From what Hercules Gomez had to say when he played in Seattle, I had only good things to say about him. I've heard Seattle players and Schmetzer only have good things to say about him. The staff member, of course. So, of course, they defended him. But, you know, no, you shouldn't spit on anybody, but at least if you do, spit on a guy who can fight you off or fight back. Not an old dude. I'm not saying either of them are right, but I have a little bit more respect for Carter than I do Suarez, in my opinion. Dak should have hit his ass, but he didn't. Exactly. So do with that what you will. I don't understand what the hell happened. Besides the fact that Dak got spat on. I don't know. But either way, playing forward. Here's El Salvador crossing. Oh my God. Guatemala almost gave up an own goal there. Luckily, no. Here comes Guatemala, offside or free kick the other way. I'm confused. Either way. That was almost a bad moment. But, I feel sorry for the Sounders staff member. Yeah. Yeah, Miami is the most hated team in MLS right now. And that's going to be a free kick for El Salvador. Or Guatemala, I should say. Yeah, they are. I said they've been turning heel right in front of our eyes for the past, year and a half, 2 years? The way they act so petulant, the horrible sportsmanship they have, Messi bringing his friends to do his dirty work for him, the appearance of favorability they have towards from the league, all of that. The fact that they seem like the favorite toy, the favorite son, they get all this favoritism near them. They've been turning heel in front of our eyes since at least mid-2024, but especially after they crashed out of the playoffs. They feel like an overpushed wrestler that nobody thinks should be in the main event. It's it was cool for 3 months when we thought you were good. Or we thought you had main event talent, but now it's just obvious you don't. Except for maybe one cool move that we loved or something. I don't know. So that's just my opinion there. Miami is the heels of MLS. Yeah. They are Cody. Honestly, I'm going to put it there. They are Cody Rhodes. And here's how Miami are. They don't want to admit they're the heels. They don't. Because Messi's the face. He's that guy. Yeah, Messi ain't the shit heel here, but he's the reason why all of them are there. Exactly, because they at least... even Miami fans are calling for Suarez to be suspended, as they should. But guess what? The worst that's happened is Miami made a statement about the spit. Suarez did apologizing. That's all he'll have to do. Is that they were like, no, bad boy, make an apology, bad boy, say sorry. At least he said sorry, but does that mean anything? 4 minutes of stopping time. Does that mean anything when Luis Suarez has bitten 3 people during his career? He's cheated Ghana out of a World Cup. He's an asshole. He's probably got an anger issue. Spit on a dude. Surprised he didn't bite him. I'm just saying. The dude should be suspended at least for the rest of the regular season. Really. Yeah. Suarez did. Legally. Yeah, he did. By the letter of the law, he did. Suarez did. Yeah. Playing forward. But my point is this. Suarez should be suspended for the rest of the season, the regular season, and a playoff game. 10 games. 10 games. 10 matches. The game's back. I'm shocked he's gone. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe they need change. Maybe they shouldn't change. He just won a Europa League. He finally got his high, I guess, and he wanted to go now. I guess that makes sense. 45 plus 2. That's out for a goal kick for El Salvador. Yeah, being a shithouse and being an asshole are two different things. I'd say he was sometimes a face, sometimes a heel. I think he was a tweener. Depends on who you ask. Playing forward. Guatemala has the ball. Playing forward. Keeps going. Still Guatemala. This might be their chance, or absolutely not. Santis. Ball crossed in. Guatemala has no chance to get that. They have it now. Played through. Shot. Oh, over the bar. Goal kick for Guatemala with 1 minute to go. Rubio Rubin. Off the shot. Boom. No, it was not actually. That was Olga Escobar who took the shot. Oscar Santis to take the corner. Ball crossed in. Caught by the goalie. Why were they so... Oh, Lord, man. They tried 30 seconds. Yeah. I hope Ireland makes the World Cup. That would be awesome. And it's halftime. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 medio tiempo. Guatemala just doesn't seem to have it tonight. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 medio tiempo. El Salvador is playing better than I expected. Guatemala just doesn't seem to have it tonight, but we're going to see. We're going to see how the second half goes. Be interesting. 45 more minutes. Let's see where it goes. Sit tight, be back. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight, be back. Good for him. But at least NYCFC kept him for the rest of the year. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half. We got 67% possession to 33% possession. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. 6 shots to 4, 1 shot on goal to 0, 238 accurate passes, 83% pass accuracy to 94, 67% pass accuracy, 7 fouls to 10, 3 corners to 0. 6 shots to 4, 1 shot on goal to 0, 286 passes to 140, 83% pass accuracy to 67. 15 throws to 10, 0 offside to 1, 2 yellow cards to 3, 0 red cards to 0. We have 6 shots to 4, 1 shot on goal to 0, 0-0 at the half, 0-0 miro al tiempo. Let me tell you, I think that this game is a boring one. It's going to be interesting. This game is. But for me, Guatemala does not look like their same old selves from the Gold Cup. I think I'm definitely disappointed in Guatemala, to be real. I'm definitely disappointed in them. They should be doing better than this, but it just ain't good enough for them. It just ain't good enough for them. El Salvador's playing a lot better than I expected. They're being very good defensively. They're being strong. Very strong team. Tough football. Tough play. They're doing well. They're doing very well comparatively to what I expected. Guatemala is definitely playing lower than what I expect for this game so far. For me, I need to see more from Guatemala, but I would say so far the draw is reserved for El Salvador. Tough defense. Tough defense. Tough defense. Couple of dangerous offensive moments, at least what they thought or what I thought of them having some strong offensive moments. Guatemala, I'd say this game's 50-50, to be honest. Yeah, they have more possession, but really, I don't think that really means anything right now, to be real. I really don't. They got to show up harder. They got to show up harder. They got to show up tougher. They got to show up going for it. They got to show up picking up the pace, playing the ball forward, getting better, real better chances, and see where this goes. But right now, these first 45, Guatemala probably barely the better team. It's not like they're getting lucky about them not losing this game. I think El Salvador's earned this draw, but oh boy, they need more. But the second half will start soon. Let's see where it goes. 0-0, 0-0. Second half, let's see what happens. $45 more. We'll review this game once it's over, and then we'll see what happens. 45 more. Let's go. CONCACAF World Cup third round explainer. 3 groups of 4 teams each will play each team twice, home and away. The group winners will go automatically to the World Cup. The 2 best runners-up of the 3 runners-up will go to the playoff. So we'll find out what that looks like at the end of November. The middle of November, I should say. We'll cover the playoffs in March, of course. We'll see where that stands. Second half. Soon to be second half. Waiting for the second half to start. 0-0. Settle. Well, we'll see where this goes. Guatemala, they're struggling. We need to see more from them. Need to see more from Guatemala. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. 45 more minutes. $45 more. Here we go. Teams are walking out for the second half. Here we go. Second half, here we go. Here's the substitution. Actually, 2 of them. No, wait, 3. 3 subs for El Salvador. 3 subs for El Salvador at the half. All right. Nathan Ordaz is coming on for El Salvador. 15 for 21. That is Munoz for Freddie Perez. No, that's Guatemala. And we got Brian Heeloff for Nathan Ordaz. We have Brian Tamakis on for Valadares. And that's 3 subs. I was looking at the wrong side. I'm like, that made no sense. But Nathan Ordaz is on for El Salvador. Yes. Here comes the second half. And we're off. 45 more minutes. Guatemala kicks off 0-0. 0-0. It's out for a throw-in. It's El Salvador. Huh? Header. That's going to fall wide. They have no idea what they're doing. They have even less spatial awareness now, Guatemala, than they did in the first half. What are we doing? Ball playing forward. Player down. Aaron Herrera wincing in pain. Got sideswiped. 46th minute. So we have no subs for Guatemala at the half. Playing forward. Yeah, I remember. But after that game, I mean, who wouldn't think that without how much of an ass kicking that was? Gonzalez in goal for El Salvador. Romero, Cibrian, Flores, Tamakis. Tamakis has got subbed on. Vasquez, Landeverd, Diaz, Cerritos, Ordaz, and Cruz. Diaz got subbed on and Ordaz got subbed on for El Salvador. Yep. Tamakis, Diaz, and Ordaz, the sub-on players. Guatemala looks washed. They don't look too good tonight, I'll agree. And honestly, they look better the first half than the second, but it's only been 2 minutes. Playing down Guatemala. 48th minute. I thought we were on. I thought we already talked. Was he talking about it again? Canada will always be Canada. Yeah. I'm sure they have. Well, I mean, they don't have problems playing against good teams. That's never really shown itself since then. Even really before then a little bit. But playing against teams at lower levels, like playing down, is harder. Playing forward, like they cannot play against teams that are lower than them. That's like hard for them for some reason. Like that's where they screw up, weirdly enough. That'll be a goal kick the other way. Nah, he ducked to knock him over. That's not a penalty at all. 0-0, 0-0. That is a goal kick. Like for me, I think Canada's problem is when they play teams that are worse than them. Goal kick for El Salvador. 49th minute. Guatemala does not get there. That'll be Ordaz on the ball. Nathan Ordaz playing forward. Here comes El Salvador. They have a chance. That gets stolen, and Guatemala is back on it. Pretty much no room to play with that. And El Salvador has it back 50th minute. Guatemala, they give it away. Or El Salvador gives it away to Guatemala. Playing forward. Playing forward, Guatemala. That's a good. Oh, they picked the ball back up. Top of the box. Chip through, clear. Dude, they're acting like me on FIFA Mobile when I play versus attack against a slightly better team. Just try to find the app opening. Try to find an opening. Try to find the opening and score. Just gets shut down every single time. Yeah, I would agree with that to a certain extent, but I think that's also, honestly, that kind of makes sense why it's part of the problem when we play against teams that are worse than us. Canada's the good kid. It's a good team, but they don't want to bully and peacock teams that are not better than them, like way worse than them. I think they don't want to embarrass teams. Sometimes you have to, especially when they're lower than you. That's just my opinion. Sometimes when a team is lower than you, you have to embarrass them. "52nd minute. Playing forward is Guatemala. "52nd minute. Players are warming up. I guess you're talking about the NFL game. 52 minutes. 0-0. Playing forward, they'll be out for a goal kick. 0-0, 0-0. "53rd minute. Guatemala, 44th minute. Can they hold on or build as well? Herrera steps it back. But 54th minute. Cross or shot, that's wide. Still 0-0. Playing forward. Brought down. Here's a chance. Oh, Yankees win. Well, good for y'all. You're going to lose to the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow. You're going to lose to the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow. And Saturday. And Sunday. Enjoy the Blue Jays series. It's not going to be pretty. Again. Enjoy the Blue Jays series. It ain't going to be pretty. 55th minute. Three games back. '55th minute. Two subs for Guatemala. Altan is on for Olga Escobar. Second sub, Archimedes Ordonez on for Munoz. 56th minute. '57th minute. '57th minute. It ain't a victory. No. Because think of it like this. Why are they trying to hide it? Why is Trump saying if the Republicans, if there are any Republicans in the House that vote with Thomas Massie to release the list, they're going to be punished by the Trump administration? If you're not guilty, why hide it, Donald? Why punish the House members? Shop side netting. Why? Best case scenario, Trump's protecting a friend that isn't Epstein. Worst case scenario, Trump's trying to protect himself and cover his own ass. We're going to find out soon enough. But no, it's not a victory. Playing forward. Cross in, header, nobody's there. '59th minute. Player down be a corner. I don't think they have any logic, really. Saved. I don't think there's any logic there, to be frank. I don't. '60th minute. Blocked away. Throw in. Playing forward. 60th minute. 30 minutes to go plus stoppage time. 0-0. Settle. Ball crossed in. Right to El Salvador. Guatemala over the bar. Trying to take a shot from outside the box. Didn't exactly work, but that's the idea. Maybe. I think he could have a closer shot, but here's a substitution for El Salvador. This will be their fourth and one of their two windows. Substitution is Landaverde. No, it is Landaverde. Landaverde is off for Harold Osorio. One more sub for them with 29 minutes to go. Playing forward. Nil. Settle. 62nd minute. Nil. Settle. $63 minutes in. Playing forward. They'll be out for a corner. At least it is a corner. Okay. Oscar Santis to take the corner. Can Guatemala find an answer or just find an opening, I should say? No answer. I mean, El Salvador hasn't asked them any meaningful questions. Cross in. Oh, that would have been a good corner if it went like 2 inches further or so. Maybe what? Maybe half a foot further, I should say. 64th minute. That probably would have went better, but they did not. Ain't that some? 64th minute. Caught. Goal kick. 65th minute. If this game does not have a winner, every team in Group A will finish match day 1 on 1 point. They'll all be tied on 1 point. Aaron Herrera. Playing forward. I mean, he kind of took him out, but okay. Still Guatemala. They still have it. Ball crossed in. Shot blocked. What a block. What a block there. Man, I thought that was the one. I thought that was the one. 0-0. I thought that was the one. '66th minute. Kai Kamara scored for Sierra Leone at the World Cup qualifiers. Dude's still kicking. You love it. That's out for a corner for Guatemala. Shit, I forgot he played for Cincinnati. 0-0. 67th minute. 0-0. Corner. Guatemala tied with El Salvador. Getting closer to 20 minutes left. Header. It's out for a goal kick. Playing forward. Brought down. That'll be cleared. It's not on my brain at all. 68th minute. Goal kick for Hagen. 69th minute. 0-0. El Salvador gets it, heads it away. Second ball. Herrera. Herrera still. Maybe you should have just kept running in the box. Cross in. It's out for a goal kick. Santis puts it way out. Final sub. Ooh, player down hurt for El Salvador. Oof. That looks like it is number 2, Cibrian. Cibrian is injured, and it looks like he'll come off and be subbed off. 20 minutes to go. And it looks like it's going to be Ronald Rodriguez coming on for him. Okay. They make the sub. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going, playing forward. 71st minute. Headed on. Still lands. Ooh. 71st minute. '71st minute. Guatemala playing forward. That's going to go out. Guess he won't be subbed. Or he's about to be subbed. Corner for Guatemala. Can they finally find it? 72 minutes in. Now 20, Cerritos is down with a cramp. Down with cramp. Now he's down with cramp. The trainers are out. 73rd minute. 0-0. Settle. And they're going to treat him, or the paramedics. Here's a corner. And Guatemala has one less defender to worry about, which is good news for them. Header! Saved! Oh my! So close to getting that rebound. Out for a throw. So close to getting that rebound. Just wasn't meant to be. Right there. Wow. Playing forward. Here comes Guatemala. Loses the ball. Jesus. 74th minute. Playing forward. Chipped over the top. 75th minute. playing for Guatemala. 75 minutes, 15 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Guatemala are still being absolutely shut down. Header! What a save! Gonzalez! A bullet header that he drops down and saves. And here comes the break for El Salvador. An absolute amazing position for them to be in. Free kick for El Salvador. Ordaz gets tumbled, and they have a free kick, very dangerous position. 76th minute. What a cross. What a header by Guatemala, but just closes the angle, Gonzalez. Closes the angle, and it gets cleared. Very surprising right there. Substitutions. Guatemala about to make 2. Mendez Lang, their final 2 substitutions. Mendez Lang is coming on. I could tell. So 1 sub left for El Salvador, 2 subs left for Guatemala that they're about to make after this free kick. 77th minute. 0-0, 0-0. Guatemala. Free kick for El Salvador. Blocked off the wall. Blocked off the wall. El Salvador still has it. Next stoppage of play. Guatemala will make 2 subs. Mendez Lang will be one of the players coming in. See what he does. See if El Salvador could bleed some time. 13 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Corner for El Salvador. Here comes the subs, I would presume. Problem is if they make the subs, that's going to be anti-defensive subs. Corner for Ordaz to take for El Salvador. So we see where corner. Guess they won't make the sub yet. Corner for El Salvador. 12 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Cross in. Header. Goal! Goal! Goal for El Salvador! And they have the lead! It's 1-0! Oh my God! El Salvador scores off the corner. On the road in Guatemala. Well, it was actually kicked in. Good cross in. And that's going to be a goal for Harold Osorio. Gets the foot out and pops it in. Honestly, the way El Salvador's been playing, they deserve it. I don't care. El Salvador, shockingly, might just lead this group going out of match day 1. Harold Osorio. Wow. That was a horrible defensive breakdown, and it counts. Harold Osorio goal. All right. 1-0, 0-1, 0-1. Wow. 78th minute. 0-1, 0-1. Guatemala's got to get an answer now. And frankly, you know what? El Salvador deserves the lead. The way they played this game, they waited for their moment. They looked dangerous during the first half. They got a chance. Horrible defense by Guatemala. Absolutely horrible defense. Wow. 10 minutes to get an equalizer for Guatemala, or they may be up the creek without the paddle. They may be up the creek without the paddle. The only team on 0 points looks to be Guatemala. They have 10 minutes to find an equalizer, and if they find one quicker, that's good news. Maybe they could still win this game. But you know what? The way Guatemala played tonight, how do you bottle it that bad at home? Seriously, I just don't get it. Y'all beat Canada. Y'all damn near beat the USA. And El Salvador still honestly runs your show. Okay. Goal kick. Playing forward. Ooh. Playing forward. They blow the whistle. Player down, hurt for El Salvador. I don't know about that. Man, El Salvador's leading. Crazy. Man, I can't believe it, man. Guatemala, horrible, horrible match from them. '83rd minute. Harold Osorio might just be El Salvador's hero. Blocked away. Out for a throw-in for Guatemala. Time is ticking away. Now they have to find an equalizer instead of the goal they need. And that is going to be behind the net. Goal kick. Ordonez does not score there. Damn. 84th minute. Playing forward. Still going through. Guatemala. Guatemala still. Oh, they lost it. Damn it. They just can't find it. They just can't find it. Playing forward. Lost the ball. 84th minute. Guatemala needs to find an equalizer very soon. Cross in. Oh my! He misses the back or the Pele kick. Kick the damn ball over the bar. What a jackass. Good for El Salvador. 85th minute. I agree. And honestly, they deserve it the way they've played. Man, Guatemala. I thought Panama shit the bed. Nope. Guatemala did it worse. Playing forward, 86th minute. Guatemala starts to find one very soon. It's going to get tough. Ball out. Throw in for... Okay, it's a throw in for Guatemala. Yeah, fair enough. Did they even make the sub? No, they have not. Oh, they have, actually. Darwin Loam and Nathaniel Mendez-Lang. They should be on by now. Header, but they're not, I guess. Playing forward. Lost the ball. Again. What are we doing? Good tackle. Playing forward. Still going. No free kick. Oh, there is a free kick for Guatemala. 87th minute. Free kick for Aaron Herrera. Here's the free kick. Shot over the bar. Goal kick, 88th minute. Playing forward. '89th minute. There's been nothing since the field goal of the second half before the weather delay. The game lost momentum after the weather delay. Yeah, that makes sense. 89th minute. Nil 1, 0-1. El Salvador leads this World Cup qualifier. The first goal scored in round 3 of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying was scored by Harold Osorio of El Salvador. Nobody would have bet on that. Somebody would have bet on a Panamanian, I bet. We're cooked. Clean house now. I don't know what the hell happened to y'all. I'm honestly pissed off. Canada died for this. But that was the Gold Cup, Ryan. Made me think Guatemala actually had a chance. You beat Canada. I think you have a chance. 7 minutes of stoppage time. You don't. This is some punk-ass football. I'm pissed off because Canada died for this. Or at least died for your hype. At least the USA, y'all look good against the USA. USA still won, even if they didn't deserve to. But Mendez Lang, y'all looked really good. If only you didn't give up 2 goals in the first 20 minutes against the USA. Shaw blocked away. Shaw, what a save by Gonzalez! Corner! Can they get the equalizer, which at least everybody be on 1 point. That's the good news. If Guatemala could get the equalizer. But honestly, that would mean El Salvador got hard done by because, frankly, they deserve this win. I'm going to be honest. And Mario Gonzalez is the man of the match if they do win. Even if they draw, he's still the man of the match. Header, punched away. Honestly, El Salvador should thank their lucky stars. Mario Gonzalez kept them so close. They should be thanking their lucky stars. Wow. Goal kick, 92 minutes of 97. Playing forward, El Salvador. Here's a chance. Harold Osorio might just shut the door. He could shut the door. He still can, and he won't. Wide goal kick. I thought he actually was going to shut the door. I thought he was going to shut the door. Let's be honest. Ooh, that's out for goal kick. '93rd minute of 97. As of now, El Salvador is going to pick up the first 3 points of this World Cup qualifying final round and lead Group A, which I thought I would never say those words. El Salvador's had a damn good game. They deserve it. They deserve it. Don't get me wrong. Guatemala shit the bed. Guatemala shit the bed. And the horrible defense they had on that corner kick, unacceptable. Unacceptable. They shit the bed. It's really the only way you can put it is they shit the bed. Cross in, header away. Corner. For Herrera. Cross in. Header brought down. Ball crossed in. Out for another corner. Corner. Guatemala thinks that was a handball. You better hope you're right, or VAR agrees with you. They're checking it. They might just check it. Nope. Corner. Herrera to take. Another one. 95th minute. Cross in. Header and nobody. Do you know how to take corners? Offensively or defensively, they both been shit. Either way. 95th minute. Wait, didn't we get scored on by a cross into the box? Canada? Against Guatemala? I've wiped that game from my memory, let's be honest. 91st or 96th minute, I should say. I've wiped that game from my memory, let's be honest. Goal kick with 1 minute to go. El Salvador are a minute away, give or take, from winning this game on the road in Guatemala. Man, my predictions are already going to get blown up, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Playing forward. Rubio Rubin gets bodied. Goal kick. And that should be it. That was the moment. Guatemala came up snake eyes. Seconds to go. And that should be played forward. And this is where we are. 97th minute. And it's full time. Guatemala loses to El Salvador in their first match of round 3. 0-1 esta noche, 0-1 on the night. What a fracaso. What a fracaso. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I cannot believe it. With that being said, El Salvador wins 0-1, 0-1. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Central, 2 Eastern, for Romania versus Canada live and RSR. And then later tonight, or tomorrow night, I'll be live for the Curacao-Trinidad game, live RSR. So 2 lives and 2 reviews tomorrow. But first, we got to get this review out. So I'll see you within the hour. And then I'm on get an early sleep, I bet. So with that being said, I'll see you later. I'm running. I'm out. Peace. Man, what a fracaso.